So we're going to be building a sled deck out of wood for my truck. Ramps to slide underneath the sled deck. I mean, aluminum ramps are costing about $300 these days. So we've got all this wood here, and we're going to make a platform and a ramp to slide underneath the platform, and we'll be able to load our sled and have it sit on something rather than just on the paint in the box. So we've got some 2x8 to build our outside frame. We've got some 2x3 so that we can use it for ribs and support in the center. 2x4s for the ramp itself. We've got the plywood to sheet over the top of both the platform and the ramp. We're also going to be building like a beaver tail section so we can fold it up, close our tailgate when we're not using it. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get it started. I already got some measurements taken, so we'll get going on it, I guess. So our first step is to measure on our wood how long the box is. So on my 2018 F-150, we've got a 6.5 foot box. It measures to be 6'6.5". So we're going to leave that ½ inch out, just go 6'6". There's a little piece on the headboard of the truck that'll stick out about ½ an inch, so that should bring us right to the edge. And that'll be the first part of our platform without the beaver tail on it, and we'll measure that up after. We'll go ahead and get the frame started for the main platform. So we got 6'6", which would be 78 inches. Mark your line. Get a square somewhere, and find our line, and we'll mark it there. And we'll go ahead and cut that with our skill saw. Make sure you double check all your marks before you cut. Alright, so I got these two pieces cut for our frame. Got some stuff out of our way. And now we just need to use the 2x3 to make ribs to keep the center nice and strong for when the sled sits up on it. And we're going to keep it 4 feet wide so that we don't have to rip the width of our plywood at all. So that'll just sit on top. The only thing we'll have to do is change the length of it, obviously. But now I'll go ahead and cut some ribs, and we'll keep it 4 feet edge to edge. Don't forget to subtract 3 inches from your measurement. 2x8 is 1.5 inches wide, so it's 3 inches overall. We'll go ahead and get those cut and put those in place. We're just going to be using screws. Fairly simple. Okay guys, we got all our ribs in place. Now we just got to take it out to the truck like this, so that it's still you can handle it well, and the extra weight of the plywood is not on there, and we'll sheet it over once we get it in the truck. Just got to measure the length and cut my plywood to that. Then we have some hinges that are going on there that need about a 1/4 inch gap. And then we'll measure from that 1/4 inch to the end of our tailgate for the beaver tail section that's going to flip up on top of this. So we'll go ahead and get this put out in the truck. That's how it's going to sit in there. I might have to put some spacers on each side just to get it centered. And close our tailgate. There's probably still room. A little bit. That's it. Sheet that over, put the hinges on the ends, get that little gap, and build our beaver tail section that's going to come right to the end of here. That'll be able to fold up, and we can measure for our ramps. that's it for the deck. Came along good. Alright guys, we got the deck in there, sheeted over. I went ahead and threw these hinges on. I just had them there in my hand, so I did it. And about a 1/4 inch gap. Let them fold good. So just need to get a measurement now from here out to the end of the tailgate. And that is going to be 25 1/4 inches. Should do us. Well, we leave that gap, do 25 inches. So that's it. Okay, sorry. We got the beaver tail section made. Just built it the exact same way as I built the deck. Got your outside pieces for your frame and your pieces in between. Alright guys, we're picking up where we left off, and we got the ramp here, not finished yet. We got these sliders. I'm going to cut them in half, put one near the bottom, one near the top, and have a little gap in the middle. And we've got super glides over there for the piece that's in the truck. So I'm just going to chop these in half and screw them on here and go from there. We got our sliders on now. Now we just got to cut this 1x2 and little 1-foot sections and go up the middle for traction. And we should be done with the ramp. Okay, this is what I'm doing for traction up the center. These 1x2 pieces. Just cut them in 1-foot sections. And spacing them out is 2x8. That's my space from one to the next. And then this 2x4 is my space over. Screw it down, repeat the whole way up. Keeps it nice and even. It's good. Okay, so because I'm terrible at filming, I missed a few sections in my video. Every time I just get at something and I get stuck, I just kind of stop and stop filming and just go get whatever needs to be done. So I'll just fill you in on the sled deck. We'll go out to the truck and I'll just go over a walkthrough of it, and maybe whatever's missed, you can pick it up from there. So to fill in some blanks on what I missed in my video, I'm going to show you the ramp section built, how I supported it, and what it looks like underneath. This is the top that goes to the truck, and I've got a rib down the center and just supports, and it works out really well. I left the space in below. I have an angle here. That's when it fits, or sits flat on the ground. And this one up here, it's kind of an angle just to keep it flat. So the last one, I just showed you the ramp section there. And I've actually got to put it in the truck now. So I'll go ahead and show you how it works. And I'll show you what changes I've made with it since I stopped filming, and how I lock it in place and all that kind of stuff. So I've got the ramp in there now. It's held in with this wooden rod right now. And I've got these locks on the ends. Go through the rod. It just flicks up, goes out. Like that. Just pull your rod out. You slide the deck out. So that's what the ramp's like when it's out. And then there's holes in the ramp, a hole here. You slide your rod through, locks in place. That's about it. The only changes I would like to make with the ramp is to cut a hole in here. It's really hard to get the rod all the way through to this hole and line up the 4 holes. So if you had a little hole section here you could get your hand in and work the rod through. Lock the rod in place. That's about it. It works really well. I've used it a couple times now, and yeah, everything. The 1x2 slats are holding up pretty good. I haven't had any tear off on me yet. But yeah, I also use turnbuckles and eye hooks in here, and that just holds it into the truck. I got one on all four corners, so the deck is secure in there at all times. So when your sled's on there, I just put my sled in there and throw a strap across the back of it just to hold it in the truck. Yeah, everything worked out pretty good. One thing I did forget to mention, one thing I would like to add to the ramp is like a rope handle on the end. Pulling it out is a bit difficult. Sometimes there's nothing to grab onto. So if you just drill 2 holes, put a piece of rope in there, something to pull on. This is how the beaver tail section works. I'll just throw this rod back in. So it just folds up like that. I usually put a strap across it so it doesn't bounce while I'm driving. Tailgate closes. That's it. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That was my very first video, so bear with me if it's a little rough. Some of the audio is a bit sketchy there, but it's all filmed on a GoPro. Hopefully videos in the future will be a bit better. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions on anything that might not have been in there, or anything that you'd like to know additional to the video, just throw it in the comments section, or just hit me up, and I'll let you know whatever you need to know. And if you feel so inclined, subscribe to the channel, and there'll be more videos to come. Thanks.